because what I am good at, I think, is messaging. I understand messaging. I understand storytelling. And what Donald Trump has done since the election, I think, has been absolutely amazing. He has been telling a story that this is going to change, that we are, in fact, going to make this country great again. So this executive order saying that we're going to start construction of a wall really just says to Mexico, it says to the drug runners, it says to the smugglers, it says to all those people who are coming up, not just from Mexico, but from all of South America, that the days of simply crossing into America and walking away are over. And if we don't have a border and we have to have a wall, then why do we need either? That would be the progressive argument. Why even need a border? We've already shown you that that we're not going to enforce the border, so why do we even need one? It's all part of the international elitist idea that there are no borders, there are no nations, there is only essentially one giant humanity, which will be administered by guess who? If there's no borders, no nations, no nothing like that, if there's only an international governing order, guess who's in charge? And guess who's not elected? And guess who's not responsible to the people all around the world? This has been the plan of the progressives since they really began to take power maybe a decade ago. I mean, really take power. This has been their plan. The EU is a group of unelected, elitist intellectuals who want to run all of Europe without any accountability to the people they represent. It's this elitist attitude that's caused this immigration problem in America. It's the same elitist disconnect. It's the same arrogance, the same awful, 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 just plain condescending sense that we know better than you do what's good for the country that's caused these immigration problems in Europe. And they're mystified. They're utterly mystified that the peasants now have taken up their pitchforks and their torches and are coming into the property and making waves. If these people were accountable to the people they represented, if these governing elites were accountable, we wouldn't have these problems. But the Obama administration governed as if it was never going to, as the Democrats governed as if there was never going to be another Republican president again. And all they did was concentrate power in the hands of the president. And now that the president is Donald J. Trump, they are having themselves a conniption fit. No wonder they're so terrified. So you can't have a country without a border. People say it, but it's true. It's the difference between a Mexican and an American is the border. And the difference between the law in Mexico and America is the border. And the difference between the corruption in government between Mexico and America is the border. And the difference in language is the border. And the difference in work ethic is the border. And all of that. And it's the progressives that have turned that border into a sieve and caused the creation, the formation of this wall, which apparently got started today, so that's quite a big deal. Okay, a quick commercial before we go into our second segment here. The election of Donald Trump has shattered the liberal narrative, shattered it. It hasn't removed it, hasn't replaced it, but it's shattered it. It is no longer intact, and it's given us an opportunity to go into where that liberal narrative of all of it, from Washington, D.C. Democrats to New York news intellectuals to Hollywood celebrity creeps who control the pop culture. All of this is reinforcing this narrative story of progressivism, and we have had a miracle happen. A thunderbolt has happened. Something has come down and broken this crystal ball that they thought was going to last forever, just shattered it. And something has to move into its place, or else they'll simply reassemble it. They will start to rebuild it. They're rebuilding it now. The counterattack against this thing is going on relentlessly. Donald Trump is being delegitimized every chance they get, which means that the people who voted for them are also being delegitimized every chance they get. And somebody has to go into that vacuum and create the story that we used to have about this country, which is a land of opportunity and freedom and fairness and business and activity and responsibility and all the rest. And somebody's got to tell that story, and I think I'm a really good person to do it. And in order to tell that story and get it seen by people, we need memberships. It's, it's a club. It's like anything else. So what club are you a member of right now? This club is doing its level best to get the message out to America and to get people awake to the fundamentals. And I was going to start it this week. I'll start it next week. We're going to start premiering the TPUSA, Turning Point USA videos that we have started on. We finished the first 3, and now we're going to really kick it into high gear. And you'll see from these things that they're simple 3-4 minute concepts. Here's what capitalism is, here's what socialism is, here's what money is, and so on. So the people that are a part of this are proud of being a part of it. I'm certainly proud of being a part of it, and we'd love to have you be proud of being a part of it as well. So if you want to head over to billwhittle.com and click on Become a Member, you'll be fighting the forces of darkness with a flaming sword of justice, and I'm not joking about that. I mean, I'm really serious. We have an incredible opportunity now, and we will not be forgiven if we drop it.